Hello there, Virgo. Welcome to DragonTaleTarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your reading for the full moon in Gemini that occurs on December 12th, 2019 at 12:12 a.m. This is going to be all about the full moon energies and how they are affecting you both in the present, the immediate past, and the immediate future. So first, a few quick notes before we get started that this is a general reading. It will not resonate with every single Virgo out there. If the messages do resonate with you, take those in. They belong to you. If they do not resonate with you, kick them on out to another Virgo. This will mostly correspond with Virgo's sun, moon, Venus, and rising signs. So if you look at your chart and check your placements of your other planets, you may say, well, I want to go look at my Venus sign or look at the moon sign, because you may get more messages from those too. Also, all Virgo cross-watchers are welcome to join us as well. Thank you so much for being here. If this is your first time to the channel, I really do welcome you. Thank you so much for visiting. And if you are returning, also thank you so much for coming back. We've had a really wonderful month this past month. So many new subscribers, which has just been really amazing and wonderful. So thank you all so much for joining. If you have not yet done so, please, I do invite you to reach out, hit the subscribe button, and join the Dragon family. Also, give it that dragon claw up by clicking the like button and let me know that you enjoy this content. Thank you so much for doing that. Also, all details about personal readings or anything about my card decks that I use are all in the description box below. So let's go ahead and get started by talking a little bit about how this particular full moon will impact you, Virgo. So it is going to be in the sign of Gemini. Now, Gemini is the other sign that's also ruled by Mercury. You are a Mercury-ruled sign as well, and Gemini is also ruled by Mercury. That doesn't mean that you guys have a ton in common, unfortunately, other than the fact that your minds do move very fast. You're excellent communicators, but there's a lot of differences between Gemini and Virgo. These two signs create what's called a square, which is a 90-degree angle to each other in the planetary patterns, and so they do tend to challenge each other quite a bit, because Gemini is a lot more free and breezy and, you know, goes where the wind blows, but Virgo, you're very earthy, you're very practical, you're down to earth, you like to organize, and you like things to be logical, and it's not the best for you to deal always with Gemini energy, because it definitely challenges you. It puts a lot of friction in your way, and you kind of go, oh, I just wish that they would get more organized. I wish that they would make more sense sometimes. So that can be a challenge, unless you happen to be a Virgo with some Gemini in your chart, or air sign, like Libra or Aquarius in your chart. That would help you to understand a Gemini much better. However, because you do have a shared planetary ruler, that does bring some similarities in there, just because you're both very focused on communication and thought and the way that the mind moves. And so when the full moon goes into Gemini, it's going to bring all the emotion and intensity that a full moon brings, but it's going to be in a much more intellectual way, because Gemini is all about the mind and all about communication and thought and expression. So for you in particular, this is going to be in your 10th house of career. So Virgo, this will absolutely be a full moon cycle that will bring a lot of communication within any career or any place that you really shine in your ambitions. So, you know, anywhere that you work, anywhere that you interact with other people, anywhere that you have a position of power or authority whatsoever, this is going to bring more communication your way. You're going to be doing a lot of talking, a lot of thinking, and definitely a lot of organizing in those areas. That's absolutely going to come up. And that is the Capricorn house in the universal chart. So it definitely does deal with your work. Capricorn is all about work. It's all about ambitions. You might be thinking a lot too about, you know, new things that you could do, new projects you could go for. If you feel like you've been, you know, doing one thing for a long time, or been in the same company or something for a long time, and you start to feel like you're hitting the ceiling because there's only so far that you can grow, you might say, you know what, I really want to do XYZ, because with all of the Capricorn stuff, all those alignments that are coming up, look at this. I just have to show you the chart that I'm working from. Look at that. We got all of that Capricorn energy. There's 4 planets moving in Capricorn right now. actually very positive for you, Virgo, because you are an earth sign, so that's incredibly positive for my Virgos. Puts a lot of, you know, free-flowing, harmonious energy towards you. But yeah, it's really encouraging you to grow and move and expand and look past the limitations that you may have imposed on yourself in the past, because Virgo, you can be so hard on yourself. You can really critique yourself and be a big perfectionist. And so all that Capricorn energy is really encouraging you to grow and to change and to move into bigger vistas and broader avenues for your work. So let's go ahead and get started with your cards. This is going to be a past, present, future lineup. So we're going to look at how the last full moon has affected you, because the full moons are kind of 30 days space of influence. So when you get a full moon, it's like that influence kind of lasts till the next full moon. So let's see how that has worked for you, and we'll see what the present energies are and what the near future are as well. Dear angels, divine beings of light, ancestors, guardians, helpers, and healers, please be with the sun, moon, Venus, and rising sign of Virgo as we do their reading for the full moon in Gemini on December 12, 2019. Please bring through clear, accurate messages for their highest good and protect their energy as well as mine throughout the session. Thank you so much. Very interesting, Virgo. Okay, so step out of your comfort zone. Interestingly enough, we were already talking about this, about how this is, you know, pushing you to different places than you've gone before, and how you're going to be, you know, kind of moving into a more expansive vision of where your work can take you, or where your energy can take you. So that is what this past full moon brought up to you. And it's interesting because that last full moon we had in Taurus would have been in your universal ninth house of Sagittarius, which is all about expanding our vision and breaking through old limitations. So going into the current energy as the moon moves into the Gemini fullness, this is bringing in a win-win outcome is forecast with a full moon energy of Libra. Libra is also an air sign. So to me, Virgo, this brings about a time that you're really looking to balance, because sometimes, like I said, that square energy of that moon that's kind of brings some friction, it's going to show you where you need to balance, where you need to harmonize. And thankfully, because it's in Libra, it's with an eye towards making it work for everyone. Virgo, you're really good at that. You're very, very, you know, aligned with what's best for everyone, because you are very, you know, giving, very service-oriented sign. You're really there to help other people. And so for you, it's like, if everybody doesn't win, then nobody wins. It's like everybody has to come out of it, you know, in a good place. That's very important to you. And so then going into the immediate future, look at that. Prosperity lies ahead with the new moon in Taurus. And again, that's a very earthy energy, and we are dealing with so much earth power right now. So Virgo, to me, this is very positive on the outset. So let's keep pulling more cards. All right, so Virgo, here we go with the immediate past energy that was coming in with stepping out of your comfort zone, and on top of it is the wolf moon. And that wolf moon, let me check my calendar here. Yeah, that's the January full moon. So this could be really, you know, this energy is leading you from this Gemini moon and really on through to January. This is a, you know, the stepping out of your comfort zone is a powerful movement for you, because when you do that, it's like the doors start to open, and that's really showing here. So the win-win outcome, this is the immediate energy that's coming in with the Gemini moon. Interesting. Like we said, you're really assessing what you want to do next, how you want to balance, where your next steps are taking you. So this is, again, you know, bringing in that eye for the future and where you want to go next. That's the first quarter moon energy. So to me, this is what comes, you know, right after that full moon, as we're going back to the waning and then the waxing. So let's move into the immediate future as we go into this new moon in Taurus energy coming up ahead. And look at that. We have the last quarter moon of gratitude. So look at that, first quarter moon and then last quarter moon. So it's really, this is working very strongly along with the cycles. It's like everything's kind of falling into place, which is exactly the way Virgo likes it. But to me, it's like, you can start to see a lot of the good things that are coming into your life. You're starting to see places where you can get grounded, where you can get more stable. All that earthy Capricorn energy is really moving in your favor, Virgo. And so it's bringing a lot of good opportunities ahead, which is going to lead towards you being grateful. And if right now things are really tough, if you're in a situation where you're like, well, I don't really feel very grounded, Virgo, start paying attention to the little things, and the little things will build. It's like whatever small thing that comes into your day, say, you know, I'm going to be grateful for that. I'm going to thank Spirit and the universe for that, and just feel really good with it. And it's funny how it's like, once you start doing that, it's like the universe is like, oh, well, like, we'll give you more of that. We'll give you more things to be grateful for. So let's move Mr. Dragon with his very festive wreath that he is sporting today. And we're going to go into your tarot, and we're going to stay with this past, present, future lineup and just deepen these messages a little bit more. Yes, oh, very strong building energy. So I like this for the past position, Virgo, because to me, this really symbolizes you kind of getting everything in order, and something that was very burdensome or difficult. It's like that cycle is wrapping up, you know, on top of that hunger moon, you know, it's like that wolf moon. It's like, that's really, you know, in a way, that's a tougher moon to me. It always feels a little bit like scarcity or surviving the winter, surviving the cold. And so anything that's been very burdensome or difficult, you're coming to this end of the cycle, you know, where you're saying, you know what, I'm done. I don't want to put up with this anymore. I've you know, worked my last day at this crappy company, or I don't want to be in this situation. Something that's just kind of like, you're fed up, and it's like, I'm done. I'm packing up my sticks, I'm bundling them up, and I'm going home. I'm done. So there's definitely something coming to an end, or has already come to an end, that was very difficult for you, or very challenging. So let's pull a clarifier for that 10 of Wands, please. Yeah, and so Virgo, look at that. You're stepping into your power with this Hermit card, because the Hermit is your own energy. This is the Virgo card in the tarot. And so to me, that's about you really following your own intuition, following your own wisdom, and saying, you know what, I'm going to go forward in a better way. I'm going to take a little time for myself, take a little sabbatical, clear my mind, clear my body, get refocused after this challenging period. And so now that you're stepping into this current energy, it's like there's that balancing act. There's that reassessment, right? You know, and so then on top of that comes in the Eight of Pentacles, which is you putting in that work one day at a time. Very nice earthy energy, which is also very much you, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, aligned with that card. But, you know, that's you putting in the work, because this, of course, is showing, you know, I've done the reassessing. I've looked at the future. I know where I want to go now. And now it's just a matter of putting in the effort, putting in the daily work on that. And so, you know, yet again, Virgo, you're not the only sign that has had a little bit of this interesting balance. A lot of folks have been getting that Libra energy coupled up with some Earth energy. So to me, this is a time for not just you, but for a lot of people, a time where everyone's kind of focusing on balancing their relationships and balancing their work and their practical center. So you are definitely bringing that in super, super strong in this reading. So let's pull a clarifier for the Eight of Pentacles here. Yes, and look at that, because Eight of Pentacles crossed by the Nine of Cups, it's leading you to a time of greater harmony, greater wish fulfillment, and you know that that's what's coming around the corner, is a feeling of satisfaction, both on the physical and emotional level. Absolutely love it. So going into the immediate future, on top of that Taurus new moon and the gratitude card, we have the Three of Pentacles, which again is a very earthy building energy. So to me, Virgo, this could say that maybe, you know, right now during the Gemini full moon cycle, you're kind of working on your own, doing your own thing, putting things back together, reorganizing, and then when you step into the future, you may be going into something with other people, because the Three of Pentacles to me is always people working together towards a common goal of building something new. So let's pull a clarifier card for that Three of Pentacles, please. Yes, and that Nine of Swords is coming out. So Virgo, to me, of course, this is something that a lot of Virgos deal with on a regular basis, which is anxiety, you know, overly worried because, like I said, you have that mind, you have that Mercury energy, which can really sometimes overwhelm you. So this is definitely coming up as saying, you know, your fears, your old anxieties, your old, you know, habit of criticizing yourself too much, this could really start kicking you. And so it's like, even for a lot of you that feel like, hey, I know that I've worked through my fears, I know that I've worked through my issues, but it definitely comes up to be dealt with. Because sometimes we get that feeling like, well, things are going pretty good and we're just waiting for that other shoe to drop. So, you know, Virgo, I want you to really pay attention to that and have some good coping abilities and coping mechanisms, like, you know, just do some deep breathing or have a meditation to listen to, or, you know, go on YouTube and maybe find like some sound therapy that can really help you to calm yourself. Whatever it is that you do to help yourself come back to center is very important, because you've got, it looks like a lot of really good work to be doing, not just for yourself, but also with others. And you don't want the worries and the fears and the anxieties to make you miss out on any of that. So let's pull a spirit animal card for you to wrap up this reading and see what message they have got for you here. Okay, so Virgo, you brought out the sea otter, which is a message of happiness. Be the master of playful living, release expectations, and enjoy every day. Let worry go and instead choose love, surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. Virgo, I don't know how much more perfect that could get. We were just talking about letting go of worry, and there it comes up. So remember, in all the seriousness and all the work and all of the efforts you're putting forward, take time to relax, take time to be happy, Take time to, you know, be with loved ones, friends, family, whoever it is that gives you that sense of love and togetherness. Very, very positive message there. So have a beautiful full moon. I will be back with more readings before the end of 2019, and I hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.